Thank you so much once again, Sushma, Rajni, and Nidesh for that discussion. Um, with that, I would be honored to invite Shri Taha Haaziq ji, Secretary, Goa State Commission for Persons with Disability. Um, for a closing keynote, Shri Taha Haaziq ji has worked as a Deputy Director for the Special Cell for Empowerment of People with Disability and has won a national award for the empowerment of people with disability. Sir, it'll be an honor to hear you speak.
Good evening, all, and the IDF and Sushma ji and the whole team. It's absolutely a great pleasure to be here. I have heard a lot from yesterday, the things which are going on. It's really great, and the way Sushma ji has briefed me about the forum. It's really great that you all have come up in discussing a lot of inclusion. I don't know what to say because I believe कल से आप लोग खाली सुन ही रहे हो, right? And ये आखिर में बोलना becomes the most difficult thing because the maximum things would be already covered. And just to wrap up and और ज़्यादा जिम्मेदारी डाल के कि भाई आप आखिर हो, आप keynote कर रहे हो आखिर में, so it becomes more थोड़ा टेंशन आ जाता है. लेकिन I will just request you all कि let's keep it more interactive. Sushma ji, how much time do I have? 3, 4, 5 minutes? कितना? नहीं ऐसा नहीं यार, आप ऑडियंस की चिंता करें, मेरी नहीं. So we practically how much? Around 5-10 minutes or so? Lovely, thanks. नहीं ठीक है. First of all, I would, as I said, I can feel a lot of positive energy in this room. When I entered, there were nice words going on like inclusion. आप जो overall बात कर रहे हो, yes, the person from the HR rightly said कि आज की तारीख में वुमेन ज़्यादा है जितने मेन हैं इन द HR. यस, वी हैव सीन दैट. वो वुमेन की बात करते करते खाली वुमेन दिख रहे, बेचारे मेन बाजू में ही रह गए, वैसा हो गया. राइट. Two requests, as you all might be aware कि I am a person with 100% blindness. तो अगर कुछ बोलना है तो हाथ ऊपर मत उठाइए क्योंकि आप उठाओगे भी तो मेरे अलावा और सब देखेंगे. राइट. सेकेंडली, अगर कुछ बोलना है तो I'll just keep this very on. Let's keep it an open discussion than only me speaking, right? That will make me more comfortable and probably जो inclusion की हम बात करनी है, I believe we would be able to achieve more. Is everybody okay with it? Lovely, thanks. Yes, I am Taha. I am a person with 100% blindness. बाकी बायोडेटा भी नहीं देंगे because वो फिर that will not suffice the purpose. लेकिन I would just like to know, when we talk about inclusion, when we talk about anything which is included, so should the formula start from exclusion? Okay, I make it simple. Agar, if you're talking about including women, including transgenders, including men at the right way, are we also, should we able to give the same space to a person with disability? Yes, only one says yes, two says yes, fine, no problem. Yes, हाँ ठीक है. हाँ, of course, yes, that's nice. Okay, खैर, अगर वो हम करेंगे तो what are we achieving? As corporates, what are we achieving? Equal opportunity to the corporates? How? So I'm not talking about at the perspective of a person with disability. At present, I'm just talking about at the perspective कि अगर आप मुझे employ कर रहे हो, for example, you are employing me as something, as a computer operator, as a PA, I don't know, whatever. How will a corporate benefit out of it? Again, how will you benefit? The term is fantastic. क्यों भाई, आप मुझे अगर पीए के तौर पे अपॉइंट कर रहे हो, आप मुझे 10,000 सैलरी दे रहे हो, आपके बाजू वाली कंपनी बोलती है तू मेरे पास आजा 12,000 मैं दूंगा, तो मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. Why do we say that the retention would be higher? And what about others, persons who are not persons with disabilities? They are not excited? Sorry, I'm becoming very question box, लेकिन I need to open it, right? जी. अगर आप खड़े रह के बात कर रहे हो तो बैठ के बात करिए, just in case, right? Please, thank you. Sure. Feel comfortable यार. मैं खड़ा हूँ, that's okay. आप लोग आराम से बैठे. Yes, tell me. Yeah, yes. So why do you feel that if we are appointing a person with disability, the retention period may be high?
The simple formula would be when people are taken care in the organization with their needs, they tend to stay longer, number one. And number two, when people are with a special need, their search for looking for another job is lesser compared to the regular people, because they're happy and they wanted to build themselves. The passion for them is something different compared to others. That's my assumption.
Perfect. Ma'am, just wanted to know, you are coming from a what corporate background?
I am coming from the IT background, but I do run an organization for bringing women back to work.
Bringing women back to work. Wow, sounds nice. Why do you feel that a person with disability, the second point what you told me, that they will be more happy working in a place where they are employed? Why?
Yeah, that's because the work I just do, especially when we are bringing women back to work, they have a hunger for proving themselves, so they need a space who can take care of that.
Okay.
The moment we just create that space, they are not looking for another opportunity. They wanted to stay there and give their best and enjoy the best. Because of that, I was just talking about.
Lovely, fantastic. Any other thoughts? Probably from my left.
So,
Left wale, okay. I thought they are gone.
Hello,
Okay,
hello,
yes.
sir. So
Sorry.
slightly different thought, like, I mean, I have personally experienced colleagues who have people with disability who have joined us. There are 3 other organizations ready to give them higher pay packs, and there is attrition in that space as well. So it's not definitely like, just from a retaining standpoint. But the other point, what again from my personal experience, is that they bring different thoughts to the table.
Yes.
And sometimes they're very innovative thoughts because of, one ability which is restricted.
Could you give one example, ma'am?
Yeah. So, like for example, we had a couple of colleagues who actually work with us. They have with autism, cerebral palsy. We have few colleagues with muscular dystrophy as well.
Okay.
And the thoughts that sometimes that they come up with, or the ideas that they come up with, I feel is different to what we would have generally thought about.
Okay.
Right? So, and sometimes we would have not thought about it in that particular way that they are actually.
So probably
thinking.
out of the box thinking, what you're
Slightly
saying.
out of the box
right.
thinking, and they have been through difficult scenarios, different scenarios themselves, and sometimes this out of the box thinking, which we refer to as out of the box thinking, for them that is day-to-day life.
True.
So I think that is what has kind of come onto the table, and we have very new. I mean, we have just few colleagues in that space, right? But we have seen, and it's a two-way process. It's not easy.
Absolutely.
But we definitely have, as I said, like that different thought.
So your corporate
differential talent.
represents what processes, ma'am?
So we are into insurance broking, sir. The organization's name is Marsh and McLennan.
Okay.
It's a US-based organization, and as I said, we have started the journey like 2 years back. It was just one small team to begin with, but now we are kind of looking
Great.
at different types of
Great,
disability, but still a long way to go, sir.
Super. I am sending you my resume, ma'am. Okay. Any other thoughts? Yes. I can hear you, sir, without the mic also. Right. Yes, please.
I'm closer to you, that's why, but maybe
Sure.
behind can't. I can also think of some indirect benefit that happens. Now, I'll give you 2. So when we are hiring people with different abilities,
Ji.
people who are in the organization will also be retained for quite a longer time. Your attrition will go down because the people who are in the company will start to think better about their own company. They'll say, okay, my company is taking care of people, and they are sensitive towards this.
Ji.
This is number 1. Number 2, the outside world also starts looking at you more positively, that you are a positive company, that you are somebody who are walking the talk, you are enabling people to join. So there is a reputational value also which you get, which over a period of time will help you. So to me, it's not just a short-term benefit that you get. You get that. I don't disagree that people come with a very, very diverse skill set, diverse background that adds up to what you have in the organization. But indirectly also it benefits. Probably people don't see of it that way, or maybe they see it. But I see that benefit also coming to the organization.
Sir, this is a different thought. लोग ये भी तो बोल सकते हैं कि आपने पर्सन विद डिसेबिलिटी को एम्प्लॉय किया है एंड यू वुड बी प्रॉब्ली कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग ऑन द क्वालिटी ऑफ योर वर्क देन.
Yeah, see again, and this conversation we've been having since last 2 days, all corporates are calculative. So they will look at profits everywhere.
Absolutely.
So what they will do is, if they're hiring people with different abilities, there is a reason for which they're hiring also. And that could be regulatory reason, that could be their social responsibility.
Got it.
But things are changing. Now they're seeing the value of people with disabilities because they have different abilities. So it's not people with disabilities, but people with different abilities.
Sure.
Now, the notion of saying that, okay, we are hiring incompetent people is also thrown out of the window, because now these days organizations have good onboarding programs, infrastructure facilities, which they're trying to give to everybody, so that there is equality and everybody can succeed. So I don't believe that they're compromising on quality when they are doing something like this. They will probably put in more effort so that the person gets onboarded or is set for success. But personally, I don't feel that they're compromising on quality if they're doing this.
You know, at this point, I really feel, why am I standing here? I will request everybody to have a huge round of applause to everybody sitting here at the audience, because you all already have a wonderful mindset. A mindset of not only including people from a variety of genders, but it can be anybody who's having the right bandwidth to work in your corporate. So it would be persons with disabilities, it could be people from various genders, it could be from the minority, it could be just from anywhere. And seeing this, sorry, I was very negative in the start because I just wanted to see what are the thought processes we all are carrying. The thought processes, when we talk about inclusion, I don't think so you all need any definitions of inclusion. If I talk about retention, yes, you all have already given me answers. Yes, you all are right. There is a retention period much more higher than the regular employees. No doubt about it. Again, one point which probably we have missed, because sometimes what happens is the opportunities, the list of opportunities is limited at present to a person with disability still. And that's the reason, if the person is getting an opportunity in a corporate or anywhere to work, and that person gets comfortable enough in the atmosphere, you are absolutely right, the person will actually be feeling very comfortable to retain at the place where currently she is working into. Second very important thing is, yes, out of the box thinking. बिल्कुल कई ऐसी चीज़ें रहती है जो हम लोग अपने आप को accommodate करने के लिए सोचते हैं, and वो accommodation में the corporate को जब suggestions आते हैं तो yes, कुछ suggestions becomes really nice. Now, for example, people who are there in IT, now if I'm going and working there, absolutely I need a screen reader to work, without which I cannot. तो हो सकता है कि the installations of the screen readers, the installation of mobile accessibility, if I am completely on wheelchair, I am a spinal cord injury patient, I may require appropriate ramps, I may require appropriate dimensions of table wherein my wheelchair comes and fits in, and I could sit and work the way what others are. As again rightly said by you all, accommodating people, we generally call it as a reasonable accommodation. So reasonable accommodation comes to all. It may be you, it may be me, it may be just anybody who's working. Third very important point is, corporates are business. The last point what was said, कि social responsibility में employment बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए. Because then one, retentionship नहीं रहेगी. Number two, ownership नहीं रहेगी. Right? If we talk about business, We need to see to it that a person who's been employed with us is giving the results. Ho sakta hai the methodologies what they are using would be different. I'm hearing and operating the computer. You're seeing the and operating the computer. If there would be a person who's deafblind is touching a device and operating a computer, you're again seeing and doing it. If a person who's deaf, he is using sign language, however you're basically typing and telling it, okay, this is the thing which is being done. So it just depends on how we are efficient enough to accommodate a person to see to it that our results don't hamper. However, if there could be anything which could be added, there could be anything which we as companies could boast about, okay, yes, because of this employment, we were able to do this. Because of this employment, we were probably able to create something which is absolutely unique. As I said, in regards to the qualities of persons with disabilities, where persons with disabilities ye kar sakte hai, wo kar sakte hai, probably you all might be aware. Lekin we as corporates all sitting here should have open minds. Should have open minds to hear, should have open minds to see, and should have open minds to observe people employed with them. Should have open minds to give enough of reasonable accommodation and enough of that virtual space or the physical space which is required by a person who's employed there. And then absolutely your corporate becomes inclusive. So ये आप reasonable accommodation could be applied just for everybody, चाहे वो gender हो, चाहे वो persons with disabilities हो. I'm not going in any rules and regulations. That's secondary. Rules and regulations कब आएंगे जब कोई चीज़ follow नहीं हो रही हो. If you know, क्योंकि these things have to be done. If you know, if you're conducting an interview, there are 10 candidates out of which 2 are persons with disabilities, and still you feel those 2 persons with disabilities are capable enough, and without any rules and regulations, we as corporates are employing them. I don't think so there is anything else which is required. आज से almost 20-25 साल पहले we were seeing there were a lot of foreign companies, US, UK based companies, European companies, जो इंडिया में based थे, जो mandate रखते थे कि you get an employed persons with disabilities. But these days there are Indian companies also who have started doing it, which is really a great thing. Which is a game changer. Why? Because we are giving an opportunity to a person with disability to get themselves empowered, to get themselves the dignity what they deserve in the society. Sorry, I'm getting too technical, lekin somewhere you all are playing a huge role in that, and I believe the way IDF has done previously also, I was just going through the detailing what Sushmati had shared with me is wonderful. It's 2021, right? You all have formed. So it's almost now 2 years. Lekin somewhere the kind of mindset what you all are carrying of inclusion, not of exclusion, says a lot, right? And I really wish everybody a huge luck to go towards the right path. You all are absolutely there. Any way you all feel I could be a help of in creating inclusion, I could be a help of in just anything in regards to empowering a person with disability or your corporate, feel free to get in touch with me, and my time is over. Right. So thank you very much. Open for questions, if any.
I thank you so much for
Pleasure.
this, the inspiring talks. And I absolutely agree about the concept of reasonable accommodation that you spoke about. I think while in this room there are people who have got inclusive mindsets, because there is an awareness of D&I, there is an awareness of how people with disability need to be included, but our corporates still, have some way to go in terms of hiring people with disability, in my personal experience. So I think we really need to build in policies, practices, more awareness, more sensitivity in the organizations to really include people with disability, and they definitely have superpowers.
Yes.
For sure.
I will not agree that. देखिए
No.
superpowers किसी में भी नहीं है. मेरे पीछे wings थोड़ी है, madam. right?
नहीं
I'm
सर,
still
मैं
a
आपको
person at 100
अपने
blind.
एग्जाम्पल से भी बताऊंगी.
जी.
मेरी टीम में एक there was this boy, he is an engineer, he had 60 to 70%, he did not have a vision, but he was excellent with data. He would go out of the way to make things happen.
Right.
So I definitely felt that his willpower, superpower was
I
there,
will
sir.
place it another way. Now,
Sure.
suppose I am also a person with 100% blindness.
Yeah.
So out of 5 senses, -1, 4 हो गई.
हाँ जी.
तो वो पांचवे को जो compensate करने के लिए हम 4 senses use कर रहे हैं. That is the thing. It is never as superpower. It is never as thing. But however, the senses, अब 4 senses जो हम use कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो जो भी हो सो, वो उस हर एक sense से we are trying to see.
Exactly.
राइट वो बचपन से हमें आदत है इसके लिए प्रॉब्लली वो रेगुलर को देखने के लिए लगता है सुपर पावर है लेकिन सुपर पावर नहीं है
जी.
राइट वी आर हम लोग वही है जो आप लोग हैं खाली हम लोग देख रहे हैं कान से हम लोग देख भी रहे हैं नाक से हम लोग टेस्ट भी कर रहे हैं जब हम लोग देख रहे हैं सो इट इज ऑल दैट एंड नथिंग एल्स.
But it's amazing. Thank you so
Right.
much.
So if suppose now, for example, I'm
Yeah.
speaking to you all, still I can hear the blower of the AC continuously
Yes.
on above me. So probably for us, everybody here in the hall, we have taken things granted. हमारे पास granted लेने का scope नहीं है.
जी.
Because the moment we start taking things granted, we go into the model of welfare and charity, and which is the most dangerous model. Right? Wherein our commission and me myself, the commissioner who you all met yesterday, strongly believe that charity welfare बिल्कुल वो shift delete हो जाना चाहिए recycle bin में से बिल्कुल उठा के फेंक देना चाहिए हमने. And we only need to concentrate on 2 things, empowering and dignity. And उसी से ही we'll be able to go ahead. नहीं तो क्या है charity model आएगा हम फिर किसी को बोलेंगे भाई ये इसके पास जो है तो 6th या 7th या 8th sense यार 5वें के ठिकाने नहीं हम 6 और 7वां कहाँ से लाएंगे. Right? So it is just a matter of compensating a thing with other things what we already have and nothing else. Right?
Thank you.
That's my perspective. It can be a difference. There could be a difference also. Lekin I strongly believe that we are compensating onto a sense through other of our senses.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
for this.
Sir, just one question from
Ji,
me. As
ji.
I said, we have just started on that journey and we were recruiting colleagues. If I could ask you a question like, when you got into your job, years back, and if now when you're looking at it and if there was something that you felt that could have been done better from your perspective, what is it that we could do better? I mean, probably I am looking for, a lot of time I feel colleagues are not very open to tell us that, what we could do better. So, trying to see if we can, learn from, any of your experiences.
Madam, better में खाली mindset है.
Right.
Right? If you have a mindset, sorry, if you could just speak without the mic so I could look at you. Where are you? Okay, there, right. I am seeing the speakers, तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए ना. So, it is basically a mindset, right?
Yeah.
When I'm talking about my days in the early 2000s, जहाँ पे we finished our college and ऐसा था कि ठीक है यार, we need to do something. लेकिन उस वक्त वो mindsets इतने नहीं broad हुआ करते थे जो अब है. That's the great advantage. Second very important thing is for a person with disability, the education doors have opened up onto many streams. During our period, the education streams were very limited. Tagline लगा के दी गई थी. Orthopedic disabled है तो खाली यही कर सकता है. Visual disability है तो खाली यही हो सकता है. Hearing disability है तो खाली यही हो सकता है. That taglines are slowly vanishing. If it is a person with visual disability also, we know that there are many students who are passing out from the science stream using physics, chemistry, biology also. There are many persons with hearing impairment doing wonderful job in content writing. They have wonderful job in speaking using the augmented devices. There are persons with locomotor disabilities who are, exemplary चीजें कर रहे हैं such as sports and everything. So things have gone ahead. And again repeating, mindset. When you know you can accommodate, that's the only thing which is required. Overborn करके भी कभी भी वो नहीं करेगा कि नहीं ठीक है यार आपने आज नहीं किया ना ठीक है 5 बजे तक का टाइम था कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आप आराम से मुझे परसों दो. No. See the reasonability of the thing. If you really feel that person had tried, however नहीं हो सका, आप बिल्कुल दे consideration. लेकिन only on the grounds of disability and आपको लग रहा है कि सामने वाला उसको use कर रहा है, तो भी बिल्कुल ना करें. Because it ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई persons with disabilities में भी there are some people जो use करना जानते हैं, वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए. We should see the capacity of a person and तभी आपका वो retention जागेगा, नहीं तो नहीं जागेगा.
No, that's quite helpful. We were discussing that, right? It's mindset, but you know, you saying that as well, I think that just helps us endorse, you know, what we're
Yes.
thinking. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Tahaji.
Pleasure.
Could we also request you to help us with the closing ceremony by distributing the certificates?
It'll be my pleasure. Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa Coutinho. Kanika Vaswani, founder WAN, Women Entrepreneur Network. Dhanashri Gopal, Senior Manager Titan. Nidesh Jain, Head Finance, Data, Digital and IT Projects, Chair DEI for Novartis India. Rajni Athreya, Group Head, HR, Kantar Insight, South Asian Country. Shivali Chakravarti, Senior Leader, Marsh International Operations, Marsh McLennan. Anuradha Mishra, Senior Director, Talent Learning and Inclusion Leader, Marsh McLennan. Kavya Seth, Co-Founder, WEN Academy, WEN. Manjula Dharmalingam, Director, The Next Innings. Sonali Jain, Assistant Vice President, DNI Gen Pact. Preeti Ahuja, HR Leader, Atlas Copco. Natasha Chandar, AVP and Lead Talent Engagement and Employee Experience, IIFL. Veena K, Senior Manager, Titan. Prathaban M, Manager, Titan. Chintana D, Senior Executive Titan. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, everybody. Can I please request you to stay on stage, and can I please ask Sushma Nair, Mission Director IDF, and Mr. Rishi Kapoor, Head Management Committee, India Diversity Forum, to get on stage and present the token of appreciation to Shri Taha ji. Can I request Mr. Rishi Kapoor to conduct the shawl ceremony? Can I also request Mr. Sumit Agarwal to get on stage for the gift? Can I request Sushma to give the token of appreciation? Sorry, the plaque.